When you hire NetDivorce, you'll receive an account opening email. And in that account opening email will be your user ID and the secure password that you selected to use in your NetDivorce account. So when you get that email, you will come here to the top page of NetDivorce. You'll click on Login, upper right. That takes you to the client login screen. This is the screen you'll need to come to each time that you log into your NetDivorce account. So this is probably the screen that you might want to bookmark in your browser. You don't want to sit there and watch me fill in a blank account. So what we're doing right now is logging into one of our sandbox accounts. So obviously this is not a real person's account, but it does look like a standard NetDivorce client's account. Whenever you log into NetDivorce, upper right on your desktop or laptop screen, you'll see a greeting message that tells you where you are and what's next. Lower down on the right, you'll always see the options that are available to you at that particular stage of the case, always with the best option highlighted in yellow. On the left of your screen is the client menu. At the top, there are some housekeeping tasks. You can change your password, you can change your email address, and do a few other things like that. Lower down is the NetDivorce knowledge base. You can click on any of these links and you'll see basic information on California divorce law. Also in the client menu, you'll see a list of all of the interview pages in your case. You can see that this happens to be a case that has at least one minor child involved, because you'll see a bunch of pages that relate to child support and child custody. Our interview is interactive. We do not waste your time. So we don't ask you any questions that do not apply to your case. So if you tell us that there are no children, then you will not see any child interview pages. When you have completed each interview page, you'll notice that there is a check mark placed in the box adjacent to that page. So you can always tell just by looking at the client menu what pages you've completed and what pages still need some attention. When you first log into your NetDivorce account the very first time, this link right here that says Continue Interview says Begin Interview. So you would click on the link on your very first login that says Begin Interview, and it'll take you to the very first page of the interview. The best way to complete the online interview is simply to go top to bottom, filling in the information that's requested on each page. These little icons here, if you click on them, it'll open up a help item that is specific to whatever the adjacent requested information is. You fill in the information that's requested, and you'll notice that on every page there are two next buttons, one top, one bottom. What happens when you click on the next button is that it will check that page to make sure you've completed it. If you haven't, it'll tell you up in this area what you have not yet completed on that page. It saves whatever data you've entered to our secure server, and it moves you to the next page. So you can see that now we're on the spouse partner name page, and you can complete the interview just by going top to bottom. It's in a logical sequence. You just fill in the information on each page, click the next button. But you don't have to do that. The interview does enable you to jump around as much as possible. So what you can do is just come to any one of the interview pages, click directly on that interview page, and it will take you to that page. Some of these interview pages lower down in the list do rely on information that you've entered back up here, higher up in the list. So if you do happen to click on, let's say, a page that relies on information from higher up, and you haven't yet completed that higher up page, it won't let you proceed. When you come to that page, it'll tell you we can't process this page yet. You need to go back to such and such a page, complete that, and then come back here. So it does allow you to bounce around as much as possible, but sometimes it's not possible. Prior to this video, I came into this account and I removed the spouse's zip code. And the result of that is, as you can see, that it no longer has a check mark in this box. So let's say that you went away, you found out what your spouse's zip code is, you've come back, you've logged back in, and you can tell that this page is the only one that has something missing. You can either click directly on that page, or you can click on Continue Interview. It'll take you to that page, tells you right here what is missing. If you scroll down, you can see with these red asterisks here exactly what's missing. So you just re-enter the respondent's zip code. Up the top here is the respondent's or your spouse's residential address. Down the bottom is the mailing address. They can, of course, be different. In this particular case, they are the same. So if you just check that box there, it'll move all this data and it'll populate it down here. You can see that the red error message has disappeared because the zip code is back, and you can click on the next button. That'll take us to the next page, and you'll notice that my spouse's address now has a check mark in that box. So you can tell now that you are pretty much good to go to the download of the first batch of documents. You can do that either by checking my interview here, or once again you can click on Continue Interview here. On this page, three things are happening. It's checking that all of your interview pages are complete. We pretty much knew that already. It checks to see if there are any time-critical issues in your case. There are none here. And then it checks to make sure that certain critical statements in your case are still accurate. So Mary Smith would read these statements here, make sure that they're still accurate. If they are, she puts a check mark into each box and clicks on the download first batch. In most cases, there are 3 batches of documents. This is the very first batch. Lower down here, there are just really simple, basic download and printout instructions. When you click on this button here that says Download My Forms, these instructions here will open up in another help item up here. So I'll do that now. And you can see that the total delay was what, maybe 2 to 3 seconds. This is a 76-page first batch. All NetDivorce downloads except your marital settlement agreement are in the Adobe PDF format. They're downloaded to your machine in that format. You already have a PDF reader on your machine, so you'll have no difficulty in reading our batch downloads. At the top of the list here, you'll see you have the correct number of the correct documents in a logical sequence. Our written instructions really are very detailed and excellent. They are case specific. We do not waste your time on generic instructions. You check each box as you complete that step. These are fully completed legal documents. both state and local county. This happens to be a Los Angeles County document. We complete everything for you. There's nothing missing. Let's go down to the petition so you can see that. That's probably the most important document in the first batch. Once again, I just want to stress that these are fully prepared documents. You can stop this video at any time to take a look. And these are ready to be signed by Mary here, dated here, and filed at court. All of the proper attachments are included. This one is Mary's visitation attachment, and looks like she's got a bunch of parenting stuff that's included also. Let's see. Let me go ahead and get out of this, and I want to log back in to show you that when you do log back in, the system is smart. The system knows what you've just done. You now see a different welcome page with a different welcome message, a different set of options that are available at this point, depending on what's happened, always with the best option highlighted in yellow. So if Mary has downloaded her first batch, she's reviewed the batch on screen, let's say that she made some mistakes and she sees that she's made some mistakes, she would click on this button right here. That opens up her client menu, her online interview over here in the client menu. She can go back in, she can make changes, she can re-download. There's an unlimited number of changes and re-downloads that you can do. Or you can, let's say that your dog eats the petition. You can click on re-download, and you can either re-download the whole batch if you want, or if the dog only ate the petition, you can click on this link and just download the petition again. What I wanted to show you mostly here, though, is the marital settlement agreement. The marital settlement agreement is probably the most important document in your case. It comes to you in Word format so that you can edit it and adjust it if you need to. And I just want to show you the marital settlement agreement quickly, and that'll be the last thing that I need to show you. And here that is. The document again is all complete and ready. You see again Mary's parenting plan, her custody and visitation, and all of her property. There's spousal support in this particular case, and places for them to sign. Later on in the case, the judge will countersign the marital settlement agreement, and it becomes your divorce judgment. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I hope that it's assisted you to make your decision. One final point. I'm aware of maybe 24 companies that offer online divorce services in the state of California. There's not one of them shows you their stuff like I just did before they get your money. No one shows you their software. No one shows you what I just showed you, and you need to wonder why. We're proud of our software. It's very powerful, very functional. You can build your divorce with NetDivorce software. Whatever you want to do can be done. Okay, thanks for watching.